Hello and welcome to Analysis. In this video, we're going to look at how to diagnose and improve your quality scores. So when you go to the quality score section of the dashboard, you'll see your account level quality score. Then you'll see your quality score for the last 30 days. If there's been a weekly change, you can graph out your history, and we'll show graphs in a little bit. And then we can scroll down and we can start to look at more in-depth quality score data across the account. So first, you can graph by keyword count and impressions or clicks or cost. And then you'll see, in this case, our impressions out of 10 are 4,100, and we have 13 keywords there. So we can start to see where patterns fit, and then we could graph it by your click-through rate to see, as our quality score goes up, how does our CTRs change? Give you an idea for expected click-through rate of what you need to shoot for. Now we can see our sub-factors, and we can see how many keywords fall into each sub-factor. So this will give us a high-level data. Do we need to work on expected CTR or ad relevance or landing page experience? If we keep going down, it's broken down into ad group data. So now you can see how many ad groups do you have by quality score. Now these are all impression weighted, which we'll get to in a moment. And then you can again start to see where do you have big differences. So for instance, we have 38 keywords that are below average expected CTR. But we only have 2 ad groups that are below average expected CTR. That tells us we probably have 2 ad groups with too many keywords in them. They don't have good organization. So by looking at the differences, we can start to tell where we need to work. Now if we go down to the bottom, we can see our top 3 ad groups in need of improvement. And we'll get to what this is in a second. So on your account alerts, there's 2 major alerts for quality score. One are ad groups that have a low quality score. So if we click on this, there's a pre-built filter that's ad groups with quality score less than 7. Now we can change this. We could say, well, I've got a bunch of ad groups that don't get that many impressions, so I really only want to know if they're less than 7 and their impressions are more than 1,000 in the last 30 days to narrow down what we work with. And then if you like this filter, you can save it as customized, and we'll use this criteria. You can also just build another filter, such as ad groups that have below average landing page experience, and make a filter for that. So there's a lot of ways to work with the filters. Now let's close this for a second and look at our overall data. So first, we have our ad group quality score. So quality score doesn't truly exist at the ad group level. It's by keyword. So what we do is impression weight the keywords so you have a good idea of what this rolls up to at an ad group level. We do the same for campaigns and also for the entire account. So what impression weighted means is we're looking at the quality score and impression data to determine this number. So for instance, if you have an ad group with say 2 keywords in it, one has a 10 quality score with 10,000 impressions. One has a 1 quality score and 1 impression. Your average would be 5.5, 1 keyword out of 10, 1 keyword out of 1. Now that's not really a fair number because the keyword at quality score 10 has 10,000 impressions compared to the 1 impression at a 1 quality score. So impression weighted would say we really have like a 9.99 quality score, so we impression weighted. Then we look at your cost data, how much has the ad group spent, and your impression weighted quality score. We run it through an algorithm. So then you can see the priority order of what to work with. You can also see your quality score weekly change. So what's useful is to start looking at things like, where do I have above average? Ad relevance is above average, and I can apply this. And then I can look at the keywords and ads in these 2 ad groups, And then I can go compare it to my below average ad groups and go look at these keywords and ads and see what the differences is, because that'll give me an idea of what ads are getting better above average ad relevance. So we can filter for ad group quality scores, expected click-through rate, our weekly changes, our ad relevance, and landing page experience. And then, of course, we could see it by individual campaign or whatnot. Now, next, we have keyword quality score data. So across the system, you've seen this icon now a few times. Here, we also see it for ad groups, we see it for campaigns, and we'll also see it on the account level with view history. And if you click on it, we'll show you here's your quality score over the last year, and then what are the sub-factors and their changes. Now this can be very useful because sometimes you'll see a sudden dip in a quality score. Could be you rolled out a new website and the landing page experience is worse, or you rolled out a new multi-ad group test and your ad relevance went up significantly. And so this is a good way of starting to see how do your different factors change over time as well. And then you can look at the date ranges and when something happened, and then look at your ad testing history to see what happened across the board, so that way you can start to put some correlations together. Now next, when you've got a landing page that's used in multiple ad groups, just looking at landing page experience only tells you something for that keyword. It doesn't tell you how the page works across the account. So if we go to landing pages, we can see how many keywords are below average, average, and above average for each page that's used in multiple ad groups. And then if you have more than 50% of your impressions at one of these pages, we'll show an alert, because you probably need to update this. So we can click on the keywords, see what they are, and then we can either work with our design team to change our content around on the page, or we can take some of these keywords and move them to a new ad group, whether it's an existing one with more relevant ads, or create a new one that makes it more relevant overall. So on your dashboard, take a look for quality score drops or low quality score keywords. This will give you a quick place of where to go work on the account. When you want to see your account level data, what are your major factors, graph it out to see how are we really doing clicks, or what's our ROAS data or click-through rate by quality score ranges. You get an idea, a dashboard level. If you want to see your ad group level data, go to the ad groups, and this will show you an aggregate of the ad groups and the ad groups with the most help. Click on the Analyze Ad Groups, take you to the ad group screen in the priority order that you want to work on items. Your sub-factors are impression weighted at the ad group level. At the keyword level, that just is the sub-factor. You can click on the graphs to see how your quality scores and their sub-factors have changed over time. So by following a workflow of where do you need help, get an idea of what the major issues are, compare your above average to below average expected CTR and ad relevance to see what combinations do well. When you need broader ideas, try some multi-ad group testing where you can start to see, as you look at how ad lines do across ad groups, which ones get better CTR, that's a big component of quality score, and then analyze landing pages for places that need improvement. By using that workflow, you should be able to see your quality scores go up over time and see a benefit of working through quality score and ad testing and landing page experience changes, which will help increase those quality scores and make your account better overall.